Vegas Raiders and the Cincinnati Bengals. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Now this defense for the Bengals, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
Good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Now it's Burrow. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Bengals at 5-9 on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength. Kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down, Parrish. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Inside handoff. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Parrish. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Joseph Osai. With a big-time sack on 3rd down, it's a loss of 7. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and throw for it here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? On first, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose, and the Bengals grab it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. He's going deep for Brown. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 56 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Parrish. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Parrish. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
It's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the 2nd quarter.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Looking to throw. Parrish. Throwing left side, it's complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He'll get it inside the 20, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the...
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you come around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there.
His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here we go.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
11.
Now Burrow.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow. This will be caught by Brown.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 and a first down. Burrow looking to pass. Dumps it off to Mixon. Oh, he bowls over it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon,
23 yards for the touchdown.
and the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 41.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Burrow. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. That was quite the call down around the goal line on 4th and goal.
Yeah, they fake the run, pull it out, throw it, and as a defense, I've been in that spot before, and we see it all the time. You almost have to overcommit against the run. You have to almost sell out and say, they're going to run it, go make a play. They got fooled on that one.
Point after, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 1st and 10, Parrish. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. On 1st down, Parrish. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hardy. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Parrish. This is caught. It's Hardy. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Parrish. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but Let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offense. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Extra point right down the middle, and they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover. They want to try and put points on the board.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And they run the option on second down. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper. Looking to throw. Parrish. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Play action. It's Burrow.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of the drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Parrish.
That pass is caught by Hardy. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
To throw on 2nd down, Parrish. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
On 4th down, Parrish. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Reed. Trotty. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
12.
They'll give it to Mixon. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 51 yards on the ground for him so far. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
11.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Touchdown! Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Well, familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. Throwing on first down. Parrish. And now here is another interception. Powering forward. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Burrow will throw. Buying time to his, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
On second down, here's Mixon. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Burrow on play action. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 1st and 10, Parrish. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw. Parrish. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
No problem there on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Looking to throw. Parrish. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 16. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking up one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Mixon with a first down carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
But I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Operating from the gun, Parrish. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now it's Burrow. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
We really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Just a gain of a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Back to throw. Parrish. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Try it here. He's back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TV. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he comes back with one complete. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So